Okay. Is the text large enough for everyone? I'm going to assume yes, unless anyone complains. Okay, so this is a course introduction to Kebnekaise, and the content of the workshop is here on these pages, and you should have gotten the link. And you can download the Markdown files for the presentation as well as the exercises from the course GitHub repo. And the easiest way to get all of the stuff, including the exercises, which is under this directory, is to go to this repository on GitHub and then click this green code button, and then you make sure it says HTTPS, because SSH is only possible to use for those who are actually members of the GitHub repo and such. So you should use HTTPS, and you can copy this line with like that. And then you would write git clone, and then you would paste this link here. And then you get a directory called intro course. It takes a little while because there's a lot of exercises for the applications. So then you go into this, and under that you find the directory exercises. And under here are all the exercises for the course. And the ones for the simple examples are all under this one, simple. And the ones for the applications are in all these subdirectories here. So under simple is the exercises I'm going to talk about and the examples. And then one level up here are all the ones for applications. You can also just download the tarball, but it's much easier to just clone the whole repository. Okay, so there are some useful links here. There is some documentation about Linux if you need that. And there's a get started guide for HPC2N. And then in general, the documentation pages at HPC2N are these at this page here. So prerequisites, I'm going to assume people have a basic knowledge about Linux, and if you need a refresher at some point, there is this tutorial up here, and there is also recordings and material from the course that was actually given yesterday about an introduction to Linux, and you can find those recordings here. This is a previous recording of this course, but on this page here is links to the pages that if you need anything about how to run Linux. So we hope to give you a brief but comprehensive introduction to using Kebnekaise, and you will learn a little about HPC2N and HPC and about Kebnekaise's hardware, but mostly the focus will be on how to use our systems and how to get projects and accounts and logging in and what editors there are, the file system, the module system, a little bit about compiling, and then there will be much about the batch system and how to run jobs on Kebnekaise. So there are both the simple examples that I will talk about, and there are the application examples that Pedro will cover. And we will go through mostly with lectures, but there will be type-alongs very often. And there are also exercises where you can try things out yourself. These are the instructors. We already introduced ourselves. And there are some important information. There's the course project that is going to be used in the batch jobs. and we'll talk more about that when we come to the section, the batch system. The course projects has default project storage. You'll find that in this directory here. And you should create a subdirectory under that directory for yourself to do the exercises in. And just make sure it's unique. Your name or username is often a good option. And there you can then go and download the material for the course. And I'm now going to go ahead and log in to Kebnekaise. And I'm going to first type clear so that I get to the top of the screen here, and that hopefully it's easier for you to see what I'm typing. So I'm logging in to Kebnekaise. And I will talk a little bit about logging in general later, but right now I'm going to log in here. So now I am on Kebnekaise, and let's go to this directory here for the course project. And then Kebnekaise intro. And as you can see, when you can start type something and then hit tab for tab complete, and it will suggest possible completions for that, and that makes it easier to type fast. So this is the directory, and here I'm going to create a directory for myself under it. I'm going to use my username like that. And then I'm going into this directory. There's nothing there. I'm now again cloning like I did on my home computer. So I copy this and paste. And then I'm cloning into this directory. Again, like that. And here you can see I now have the material here, and I can go to the exercises directory if I want to. And I'm going to do that like that. Okay. So there are also 2 reservations for the course. They are only valid during the course time. There's one L40 GPU reserved, and you can use it with the intro minus GPU label or whatever. And there's one for a CPU node, which is an AMD Zen 4, which is intro CPU. I'm not going to use it because I only run some very short examples, but they can be used if there turns out to be heavy usage on the system and that the jobs don't start running. But I'm going to think that they are going to be used in the applications part because those usually use a little bit more resources. So there's probably a need for it there to get it to run. So there's a Q&A page. You should have gotten a link to it. And it's the one where you can write questions. And I would suggest you do that. You can write questions there during the lecture. And of course, you can ask questions also, but then if you want to be sure that you're not recorded, then it's better to type them here. And during the exercises and things like this, then you can talk freely because I will cut away anything recorded there. There's an important info page that just contains information like Zoom links and links to these pages here. And then we have an evaluation survey for the course, and we'd be happy if you will fill that in because we need to know if there's something we need to change in this course. So if you could do that after the course. You will also get an email after the course when I have processed the recordings and uploaded those to HPC2N's YouTube channel. Because then I'll tell you that the recordings are available, and then I'll also give you the link to the survey again. So there is a preliminary schedule. We are about 5 minutes over time because we started 5 minutes late. So we are now through the welcome syllabus, and I will move on to the introduction to Kebnekaise and HPC2N in a very short time. After that, we'll look at projects and accounts, logging in and editors, and there will be a coffee break around 10 minutes past 10. And then we'll look at the file system, the module system, and then a bit about compiling and the batch system. And then there will be a lunch break at 12. After that, we will get started on the simple batch script examples, and you'll get to try those out and run some of those. And after that, we will move to the application examples, and Pedro is taking over there. And halfway through that we will have a coffee break and then continue if there are more application examples. And then we'll end with questions, summary, and end of course, which may be earlier depending on how long it takes to do the applications people are interested in. Okay, I am going to move now to the introduction to Kebnekaise and HPC2N.